Hey good lifers, welcome back to the channel. It is good to have you along. I'm going to be honest, I have not actually planned out this video at all, so I don't really know what's going to be involved. I thought I'd just take you along for a bit of an update, a bit of a tour of the allotment as it's going at the moment. Definitely looks a bit like a jungle. You can just see there I've just bought a brand new strimmer, so I'm hoping to use that to tackle some of the weeds and the actual jungle that's going on. It's been a bit hard to get down to the allotment for the last month or so. I found it a real struggle. There's a lot going on at the moment life-wise, and there's a lot going on family-wise and job-wise. I actually changed jobs next week, which I'm quite looking forward to. It will be a big change for me because I'll be working full-time again, which is not something I particularly wanted, but it is needed at the moment. But it's also a remote job as well, so I can hopefully work at the allotment again. I hope I can do that, but we will find out about that. So as you might have seen in the last video as well, one of the previous videos, I put up a new gazebo area so I could turn my allotment into a remote office. I wanted to give you a little visual of it. It's really nice inside actually. It's shaded without being dark, and it's just somewhere nice to sit and chill. And I've got to say, the view from outside is really nice. Yeah, I'm really pleased with it. And I'm also pleased that I bought a tablet that lets me work from my allotment as well. So yeah, all in all, it's done pretty well. So I'm hoping that that's still up. I've not actually had a chance to come down to the allotment to have a look, but I have just pulled up, so that's my first check to have a look and see if that's still up. So yeah, thought it'd be nice if you could just join me along and see what's going on today. I'm hoping to have a little bit of an update of what's going on planting wise. I've been really behind on that, so we're not going to have a lot over the winter, but that's okay. We've got a lot of work to do in the allotment during the winter, so that's okay. We want to try and build some more beds and other bits and pieces like that. Have a look at the polytunnel, see what's growing in the polytunnel. I have peppers, aubergines, eggplants, and tomatoes in there, so I'm hoping they're still alive. There's been a couple of my irrigation pumps that have got a bit clogged up, so I'm hoping they're still alive. So yeah, I hope you can join me for this video, and thank you for joining along. It is lovely to have you here, it really is. Oh, look at that, my gazebo's still up. Well, happy. That's great, that means I've got somewhere to work. And hopefully today, this lot, my jungle, will all get trimmed down. So hopefully you'll see a big change in not a very long amount of time. Oh, it looks like my broad beans are looking very unhealthy over there. I can't wait to get on with this. Right, let's get started. I'm so happy that my gazebo shelter thing is actually still up, and even better, it's remained quite dry in here. I haven't put the full sides on, so it's obviously going to come in, the rain's going to come in at the sides. I'm not really bothered about that. But yeah, my picnic table is nice and dry, so I now have my office back. Great, I'm thinking of putting some storage at the back. I'm not actually at all. This is literally all I need, is a picnic table and some form of shelter from the rain. And then next time when I'm working down here and when I bring Dilly down here, we've got somewhere to sit. It's great. My next task is just trying to figure out how this thing works. So I've literally just gone and bought it from Wix. It was a deal. You got this and you got a battery with it, which was kind of what I needed. Only used with safety guard. I'm guessing this is the safety guard. So what I'm going to try and do is, I'm not actually entirely sure how you fit this, to be honest. I should probably read the instructions, but when have I ever read instructions properly? Never. Sure, it's supposed to be easier than this. Oh, I'm an idiot. Look, there's a screw, which is a pain because I'm pretty sure my screwdrivers are at home. Not at home, excellent. So, oh, even better, my electric screwdriver's in here as well. I've got an allotment bag that I just bring to the allotment with me, and it basically just has everything that I need in it. Well, hopefully everything that I need in it, apart from water. I keep forgetting to fill it up with water, drinking water. We've got plenty of actual water at the allotment, but I don't know if it's drinking water, so I don't want to go drinking it and end up giving myself cryptosporidium. It's one of my favourite words in the English language, cryptosporidium. Screw, done. Right, let's see if we can fit this. So that goes on. Ah, look, it fits a lot easier when you bother to look at it properly. Right, so pop the screw on. I'm guessing the screw needs to go. Oh, there we go. We're clicked in now. Good. So, oops, wrong way. I'm not just lazy. I would do it with a hand one, but I don't actually have a hand one on me. I only got a battery powered one. Screwdriver, I meant. So that's done. Oh, it's very exciting. So I've got a strimmery bit. Having read online, the string thing seems to be much better than the little plastic blades, but I do want to get one with a metal blade because I think they're going to be pretty good. But for now, this is literally just a for now thing because yeah, well, you can see the jungle behind me, so I need to sort that out. Okie dokie. So what now? Warning, always fit the guard. And cutting longer higher grass, make sure that you cut this down in 2 or 3 stages. Right, okay. That's going to be me because I've got a lot of high and longer grass and weeds and basic jungle. So great. Fab. Destructions. How do I use it? This is the bit where I'm going to put the thing on the floor because otherwise I'm likely to break it. It works! I'm so sorry, this is supposed to be a family friendly channel and I have just said a very naughty word. But that does mean it works, which is great news. So, super frustrating. I've just done some of the allotment with the strimmer and guess what? Battery's flat. Now, I'm fine. It came with a charger, I can charge it up. But does it really irritate anyone else about the fact that you buy something with a battery and they give you a battery that's half charged? I'm sure there's probably a reason for it, but the reason I can see in my head is to annoy me. Probably isn't that reason. But I did actually get a second battery. It came with a deal, so I'm going to try and attach that and see if that will work. Hopefully this has got slightly more battery in it, and I think it's probably going to need a lot of battery power to get down the weeds that I have, so wish me luck. We were actually gifted a strimmer for our allotment by a friend, but unfortunately it didn't work. Well, it didn't work anymore, and it would have cost a lot more money to fix it than it was to just buy a new one. So I've got out a cheap one. I specifically have gone for one that I can use the same batteries across a range of different power tools because I think that's probably a good idea. We've got a lot of jungle to cut down, but it did a pretty good job to begin with, this little strimmer, so I'm quite pleased with it. It's very lightweight and it's easy. I've got to say, petrol ones scare me a little bit. Does anyone else get a bit worried about that? Just, I don't know, there's something about needing to press buttons and pull chokes and then do things with rope and stuff. Yeah, no, it scares me. So I quite like the idea of a battery powered one. You just press a button and go. Although, as we noticed, it did kind of, freak me out a little bit when I hit the button and didn't really expect it to start going straight away. But yeah, no, it worked out and it was nice and easy, this one. Battery's dead, even the second one. Oh, well, I've done a little bit today. It definitely doesn't look like it, but at least I've got something to show for it, and I will go home and charge up these batteries and then hopefully bring them back on a day when it's not peeing it down with rain, which doesn't look very likely in the next few days, and I can get the rest of it done. But overall, quite happy with this. It's not the world's most powerful strimmer, but it does the job, so I'm happy. I figured as I couldn't do any more strimming, I will pop into the Polytunnel and see what is going on, and we have a problem here too. It looks like my irrigation system hasn't been working quite as well as I was hoping it was. We've got quite a lot of plants that are looking a bit sad, to say the least. I'm going to go ahead and fill these up with as much water as possible. I've also got to fill the tank up because it is a bit, You can just see it down there. The tank is definitely empty, which is not actually the problem. I can see that because it's been a few days without water now. But I've just filled up all of these plants here with a lot of water, so hopefully they should carry on going. It doesn't actually look like they've been without water for too long, but probably at least a good few days. So I'm going to take off the dead leaves and bits and pieces to give them the best chance of coming back to life. I have got one full tomato. Look at this. Yeah, look at that. As you can see, this is looking a bit sad for itself. But with these things, most of the time, as soon as you fill them back up with water, they're alright. It might also be that some of my pumps need charging up, so there's another job I've got to do. Everything needs power. Maybe I do need to get one of those EcoFlow thingy whatsits, but job for another day. I'm going to go and find some water and get this tank filled up and then get all of these things watered as well. Look at this mutant tomato that's growing. That's amazing. It's nowhere near ripe yet, but I don't even know what's happened to that one. It's just a complete mutant. I'm really impressed with this though. Look, this is an aubergine. I have never ever grown aubergines before in my life. I know that the plant's looking a little bit sad because it hasn't had water for a day or two, and I know that they're quite heavy feeders, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's quite a big one. You can just see that. 6, and I think 7 aubergines on just this plant, and I've got loads of flowers up here. So that's so cool. I'm so happy about this. Really, really am. This is a pepper plant I bought, and you can just see there is, I don't know if you can just see it here, little tiny pepper growing back there. That's very exciting. This one has got a couple of peppers on it, which is really good. I'm going to take that yellow one there off today and take that home, because I always try and take them off either just before they've turned yellow or just afterwards, because then they can ripen at home and the plant's not having to worry about them. God, look at this poor tomato plant here. Doesn't look very healthy, does it? I'm slightly worried. I'm hoping that's not blight. I don't want to get rid of it, but then it is also very, very dry, so I'm going to try and fill it up with loads and loads of water and see what happens with that one. With this one, we've got one solitary tomato growing up here, which is, I'm quite proud of it. Rock on, you little tiny little tomato. Very proud of you. There's no other ones on here by the look of it. These ones are looking good. I've got some more aubergine plants growing here. Well happy about that. And I've got some very leggy, sad looking tomato plants. So let's get them filled up with water and hopefully they will look a bit healthier. What have I got over here? I've got some more leggy, sad looking tomato plants. I've got some pepper plants over there. And I've also got some pepper plants under there as well. They're doing quite well. And some pepper plants under here as well. I've kind of let them grow in between the shelving. So that's not too bad. I'm quite happy with it so far. And just to add insult to injury, I've just been completely soaked by my hose. My hose joiner is, I don't know, the thread's knackered, I think. It's just a bit broken. You're going to see it in a second. I'm just watching it from here. So it's dripping everywhere. And like an idiot, I decided to take the thing apart without turning the hose off. So of course I'm now soaking wet. Half my plants are dead. The strimmer's out of battery. I think tomorrow might have to be a duvet day. And now the whole thing has come apart. Goodness sakes. Back in the polytunnel, my phone is overheating. It's just started to rain, so I've just given up. I've filled up the tank here with some more water, so that will hopefully keep these guys going for a couple of days. I'm going to try and get back down here in a few days time anyway, even if I have to come down in the evenings, which is not something I always try and do, because we try and actually spend some time together as a couple. The evenings is normally the best time to do it, but yeah, I'm going to try and come down here in the evenings and just make sure that these guys are fully watered. I have given them all some water, but a few of them don't even look like they've had water. I'm going to water some of these guys, make sure that they're all nice and fed at least a little bit, and I'm going to go home, because I think Mother Nature is telling me that today should have always been a duvet day rather than an allotment day. Do you ever have days like that at your allotment or your homestead? I'd like to know, if anything, just to make me feel better. So yeah, I'm going to sign off, and next week's video will hopefully be a little bit more cheerful and a little bit more positive, but sometimes it's all about the realities, isn't it? So I will sign off. See you soon, good lifers, and it is a good life most of the time.